personally think that average exit velocity is a good analytics number to go to define if a hitter is good or not, or if they will have success in the future. The reason I say that, right, is because Luis Arias, Alex Bregman, Mookie Betts, some of the better players in the game, they don't always have high exit velocity. Average exit velocity comes related to size at times, right? If you're a bigger guy like Giancarlo Stanton or Aaron Judge, your average exit velocity is obviously going to be a couple ticks higher than a guy that might be smaller. A metric that you definitely need to hit, you need to be able to have high exit velocity when you do square it up, right? To play in the big leagues or to hit 25 plus home runs. When you square it up and you find a barrel, you do have to be able to hit 95 miles per hour or harder in the air, right? But you don't have to do it on a consistent basis to get hits or to be a good hitter. Luis Arias led the MLB in average last year with a less than optimal average exit velocity. And I'll explain this here, right, for people that might not understand it on baseball terms. And the reason why that is, right? So for me growing up, my dad was a backup catcher with the Pittsburgh Pirates. I remember he would tell me stories about Albert Pujols, one of the best hitters of all time. When he would play the Pirates, he would always come out with 9 or 10 hits in a 3 or 4 game series. That's what it felt like to my dad. But it wasn't always barrels. He said the reason he got blue pits, he got jammed and he got hits, and he also did find his barrels when he got hot. And the reason that was, right, was because his bat was in the zone for a long time. So he got his bat in the zone early back here, and he kept it on trajectory with the pitch for a long time. So if he was beat and he might have got jammed, he still might have been able to shoot it over the second baseman or shortstop's head for a base hit. If he caught it perfectly on time when he guessed right and he got his pitch, he drove it probably over 100 miles an hour for doubles or extra bases. Maybe he was fooled in early, but his bat path was so good that it allowed him to get hits off the end of the bat that might not have been smoked. So you can't just look at somebody's average exit velocity and say, this guy's gonna be a good hitter, or this guy will have future success, right? Because what happens if you square it up 95 plus every time you do hit the ball, but then you strike out every other time? You foul off too many pitches. You don't put enough balls in play. You're not a good hitter. So yes, you do need to be able to have certain thresholds of 95 plus to play in the big leagues, but you don't have to do it on a consistent basis. Dive a little more into the numbers on specific hitters if their average exit velocity is 87 to the 90 range. I don't think that that's a metric that, and a lot of teams do value that. They think you have to be 90 plus to play in the big leagues. It's not true. 87 to 90, you can still do it if you have a good bat path.